is an update on my patio mango experiment. For the most part, I think this has been pretty successful. The blooms has definitely been uh, much less disease and fungal issues than anything that's been exposed outside to the elements. And all it has is just a little kind of easement right there to cover it. And that's about it, you know. But for the most part, it's been pretty clean. I do started getting some bit of powder mildew on some of these blooms, but again, we did have like some rain and storm that was coming from like this right side right here that was kind of getting them wet. If I was to do this again, I'll probably have them a lot more inside. But you know, for example, this is a dwarf Hawaiian, which looks very nice and clean. Hopefully this first bloom is good and I don't get like a trigger of any more blooms, because last year this variety for me bloomed, I believe, like 4 times, and I kind of like lost almost all the vegetative growth on it. Even as right now there's still barely any branching that has like good buds. I mean, buds that has not been used up to spent up to 4 blooms, you know. So hopefully these stick. I will be removing them and then hopefully get some vegetation on this. The sugarloaf, parts of it has looked good, part of it has not looked that good, but for the most part it has done really well. You know, here's the bloom on it. This is very clean. The only branching that did get some issue was, from what I could see, was this one right here. It had a little bit of powdery mildew right there to the right side of it, and then the rest I think it's mostly just spent blooms. And then even these brown ones out here, I think it's just spent blooms. Doesn't really look like any kind of true fungal issues on it. And here is the one up next. This is sugarloaf, and interestingly enough, this one under the patio has advanced much further than the one that's outside. So I do have another sugarloaf that's the same size, same age, that's outside, and it's has advanced a lot less slower than this one. So let's see what happened. This sugarloaf, if it sets fruit, I am letting it fruit. I am letting the buttercream fruit. This one is buttercream. The only one I'm not letting fruit to maturity is the dwarf Hawaiian. But so far, I think it's a pretty successful experiment. We'll see what kind of fruit it sets though. If it was set like a full-size healthy fruits, or maybe all this just ends up producing a bunch of nubbins, which would be a little bit of a failure if that happens in terms of what I'm expecting from this experiment. Okay guys, well that is the latest update on this patio mango project.